Hey everyone, Jessie Ledoux, Pageant Planet's Queen of Coaching here with our product special of the week. Stephen, what do you have for us?
So there is, since I was 20, I've been reading books at least 15 minutes a day, every day. So I'm 36 now. So about 16 years I've been doing this. And I have kind of moved away from always selecting new books and moving towards ones that have like most impacted my life. And I really have like 5 go-to books. I won't bore you with the other ones, but I'm holding one of them in my hand, and it's written by a woman. Her name is Florence Shovel Shin. I might be saying the middle name wrong, but it's called The Game of Life. And the book that I'm holding in my hand is actually The Wisdom of Florence Shovel Shin, and it's The Game of Life, The Power of Spoken Word, Your Word is Your Wand, and The Secret of Success. So it's all 4 of her books compiled into one.
Very cool. So who would this book be for? Is it personal development? Is it fiction? Is there a character? Tell us about like the premise.
Yeah. So who the book's for, in pageantry, so much of it is focused on external beauty, from your makeup to your hair to your dress to how you walk, how you engage with the judges. However, what you express on the outside really shows up on what you think and what you believe on the inside. So this book is for someone who really is not necessarily satisfied with certain results that they're having in their life. With especially like if you have something in your life that is causing you friction or like a pain point or a frustration, this book really gives practical applications and examples of how you can turn that around and make it a game.
So where can I find it if I want to read this book, and how much does it cost?
The book is on Amazon, and I don't remember exactly what I paid for it in truth, but I believe it was around $10, and there's 2 different angles you can go with. You can go with just The Game of Life, and out of the 4 books, full disclosure, I like that one the best. But the 4, if you wanted to do all 4 complete books, it's The Wisdom of Florence Shovel Shin. And I believe that this one was a little bit more expensive. Maybe it was like $12 or $13, but Amazon is amazing. I mean, you can get the brand new book. Or you can also get like the used version. So either way, it's a gem. I highly recommend it. This right here allows you, if you're up against a big goal, like if you want to be an actress, you want to win Miss America, want to win Miss Universe, this book, you will discover practical applications that you can do today that will put you in that mindset to win it tomorrow.
Love that. Thanks, Stephen.
Welcome to the Pageant Planet Podcast, where we help you succeed in pageantry. Now, here's your host, Stephen Roddy.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode. Today, Jesse and myself, we're going to discuss how you can use Pageant Planet to market yourself as a title holder. So, Jesse, set the stage for us and tell us, why is it even important to market yourself as a title holder?
So, Stephen, I have to acknowledge that you and I have been talking about this new site for several weeks, and it is completely live, and we are, safe to say, pretty much obsessed with it. And the new site is absolutely amazing because it's user-focused. So while the old site, I shouldn't say the old site, the previous site was content-focused, and there will still be great content, great resources as always, but the new site will allow you to connect throughout the pageant industry, which is the basis of our mission. So the new site will kind of allow you to create this digital business card, business structure in a way that markets you to potential sponsors, to other vendors or pageant businesses, and to potential pageant directors.
Yeah, and as a former contestant title holder yourself, why is it even important to market yourself as a title holder? What's the benefit?
So there are several benefits. So the first is you instantly become more attractive to potential sponsors. That's the biggest one. You have to appear legitimate. You have to have credentials. So if you have this little profile, if you can't afford a domain name, or if you don't have the resources to create a business card yet, you can create this really beautiful bio on the site to be able to immediately send to local businesses, national businesses, nonprofit organizations you want to partner with and say, I want to work with you. Here's my pageant my pageant profile. Take a look. Let me know if you have any questions. Would love to sit down with you. So it creates this concise document for you to be able to bridge the gap for potential sponsors and potential partners.
Yeah, and what we're seeing already, which is interesting, is that girls that have a domain name but they don't have a website, which if you don't own your name, like StephenRoddy.com, I own that, buy it, find a way to buy it, and you're not able to afford a website yet or anything like that, you can just redirect it to your Pageant Planet profile and it has all your information there. Okay, so with all this and them marketing themselves, like what's the first step for them to get started in marketing themselves, specifically with the new site that we created?
Yeah, so the first step, and I'm saying that this is the cornerstone to every single thing on our new site, and you have to create a profile. That's the easiest thing you can do, and it unlocks pretty much everything. So for a contestant, it will unlock your coaching portal. And for businesses, it allows you to collect leads, which is so important for growing and expanding your business. And for pageant systems, it solidifies your place in pageant history. So it really is for all three verticals within the pageant industry, and it serves different people different ways, which I love. So like I said, it really serves as like your digital business card. And it highlights like your message, your goals, your accomplishments in one place.
Yeah, and when you first create your profile, the site treats everybody like a fan when you first get started. And then from there, you'll see a dashboard, and it's basically all the different ways that you can interact with our portal, like whether you're a medical spa, a makeup artist, contestant, pageant. When you click that and create your profile, your business, whatever, our site then treats you as a business, or then that site treats you as a contestant. Mm-hmm. The cool thing that I think as girls are marketing themselves, and maybe I'm getting ahead of us, is we talk a lot about in our podcasts of like, what have you done already? Mm-hmm. And as a contestant, you're competing for a title, and you're basically proving that you're the best spokeswoman for the job or spokesman for the job. And if you say, oh, I was on Pageant Planet and realized that your pageant wasn't there, so I updated it and I'm now the official admin of that particular pageant, which if you create it, you are the admin of that pageant until the business owner can establish proof that they own that system. So if you go into your pageant stating, hey, I'm the admin of Miss Utah, the 2016 pageant or 2018, 2019, that's a step in the right direction for sure.
Oh, absolutely. And, it just shows that you're willing to go the extra mile, and imagine what you do as a title holder if you're willing to take that initiative. And I will caution, like for those listening that have pageant systems of your own, don't be scared of that piece that somebody else can make your pageant profile for you. It's very simple for you to go in and claim it. So if that contestant does it and goes out of their way and creates that profile and shows great initiative, you can go ahead and claim that pretty immediately. So it will not live with them forever. So don't be afraid.
Yeah, and that is a great feature that, and as a contestant too, other people could create your profile, and and I'm sorry, I'm probably getting ahead of this, but there is that claim feature, which I believe we're going to talk about in a moment, right?
Yeah. So let's quickly talk about how easy it is to create a profile, period, and then we'll go on to the other stuff.
Okay, sure. Go ahead with that.
Yeah. So if you're on our site, we're going to just do a really quick explanation, and as an FYI, all of these details that we're going to talk about today are on our YouTube channel. So if you're listening and you're trying to frantically write down these steps, don't panic. Just simply head to YouTube after the fact. And we'll actually include the link to the YouTube channel in this podcast description if you're cool with that, Stephen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Okay, so you're going to click sign up in the upper right-hand corner. Very simple. Fill in the info, submit. And then you're going to select your applicable label. So if you're a contestant, you click contestant, and they'll give you that chance to fill out that bio that we just talked about. If you are a pageant, same thing. It's going to be able to allow you to input all of the details around your pageant, if you're a coach, etc. It goes on and on and on for you to select those identifying labels that Stephen just talked about. So select the label, write up the deets, click submit, and voila, you've created a pageant profile and solidified your place in pageant history.
Yeah, and it really is as simple as that. So what if their profile already exists? What if they get that warning sign that's like, sorry, it's already out there?
Yeah, and especially for those that are current contestants, a lot of our staff is working diligently to be, like we are always up on the moment. We're always updating things. So our staff might have already done that for you, or if a business has already added you. So if you search your name or your business and it comes up, or your pageant, and it comes up and there's a little outline there. There's a very prominent button, you can't miss it, that says claim this profile. And then it'll take you to a page where you like write a comment. You can just say, this is me, or this is my pageant, or this is my business. And then you submit it, and then we do the magic behind the scenes, and then it's yours.
Yeah, and if we do need like additional proof or something like that, if we just set up a call so we can talk it through voice to ear. A lot of times it's pretty straightforward though, based on the information that people present. So it's a pretty painless process.
Yeah, and one other thing I want to mention is you can create, like we already talked about for pageants, but you can create profiles for other people. So it's actually a really sweet gesture if you did it the right way. Like if your friend gets crowned the new Miss whatever, and you're like, oh my gosh, you're freaking out in your living room, and you're like, I have to put this on Pageant Planet. Go ahead and make her profile for her because she's going to be super busy now that she has this new title. Shoot her the link and say, I just made this for you. Go ahead, claim it, update it. It's yours. But I wanted to get you started. I think that's a really sweet gesture for newly crowned contestants, don't you?
Oh my gosh, no, that's amazing. And if your friend's profile is already up there, you can actually, in Wikipedia style, contribute to her profile directly from it. You just find her on there, you click edit, and you submit that so that when she logs back on, she'll see that submission request, and all she has to do is hit accept, and her profile will be updated with the newest pageant that she won. Yeah,
and I think that's important to note. If you are the owner of that pageant, nobody can just post without approving, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
So whoever's comfortable too.
Yeah, whoever's the admin is there, and if anything gets flagged as funny business, I mean, we have a queen of tech now, and that's her sole responsibility is to help people both use the site and also handle those reports. So if anything malicious happens, we can be on top of it.
We got your back, is what we're saying.
Like a sweater.
Yes.
Okay, so that's how they create this, and that's the first step to marketing yourself, obviously, is getting that exposure and that creating. Well, what's the second spot?
Yeah, so the second thing that's really, really cool is you can link to your profile. So when I say that so let's think about this is for businesses and this is for pageants, this section, but there is a benefit to contestants as well, but we'll get there. So businesses and pageants have the ability to connect contestants they've worked with that have won in their system to their page. And this is important because like the best testimonial is a referral, right? I think. So like this piece will help you grow your business. So if you worked with a Miss Universe winner on your business page, it allows you to claim them as a client. And that way on both their page, on their profile, and on your profile, it'll be linked right there and people can see, wow, oh my gosh, what a great resume she has. And that, or this he or she has, and then hopefully they'll be able to work with you in the future. So I think that's a really cool way as a contestant to encourage your vendors that you've worked with and say, hey, I don't know if you already have a profile on Pageant Planner or not, but I want you to know that I would love it if you link to me so people know that we work together. I think that's a really awesome thing to do as a contestant who hires somebody else.
Yeah, absolutely. And if that like pageant coach or that retailer is sponsoring you, you know, just like what we said previously, if you add their profile for them and then you can link them together yourself and then just say, hey, here's what I've done. Click here to claim your profile and I'll pass it over to you. And, the same way, like with what you're saying, if you're a contestant and you're a new pageant coach or you're a contestant, you're starting your own pageant system or you're a state director, whatever, it behooves you to really list all the contestants that's like, let's say the pageant's been around for 5 years, to find out every contestant who's competed in that pageant. Because Jesse, you and I both know that girls don't compete once and then just stop. It's they compete. Yeah, they compete until they win, and then after they win, they want another taste, and they go in another system and win again. And it's just the nature of the system. So if there is a girl like who won, Miss Galaxy or Miss Universe Australia or Miss South Africa, something like that, then it would be awesome if you're just a new pageant and she started off and she competed in your system a few years ago to go ahead and add her there, because just as you're saying, it really is referrals are the best way to build your business, and that is really high credibility if basically a celebrity in our industry has used your services.
And I would say, to complement that even further, if you are trying a new system for the first time and you're looking up, say, a hair and makeup artist, or you're looking up a headshot photographer, and you want someone that knows your system inside and out, when you're looking at the options of vendors that you're considering working with, see if any of those contestants that have worked with them or they've worked with are from that system. And if that's the case, they will already know what that system is looking for, which is a huge plus.
Yeah, that's so good. I mean, yeah, to go to a personal trainer's profile and say, how many girls in the USA system have you worked with? Or to go to a photographer and say, okay, how many girls in the National American Miss system have you worked with? Or whatever it is, right? There's so many systems out there and so many different experts, but that is a great way to really do that. Or to be like, to narrow down your pageant coaches and then by glitz and see how many glitz contestants that person has worked with. Because anybody can say, yeah, I'm a glitz pageant coach, but if they have 0 glitz pageant girls that they've coached on their profile, are they really? And that's a good thing to really protect our contestants from, kind of wasting money on certain coaches who say that they're the expert in something and they're just not. Right. Yeah. So it's really, really beneficial there. How do they do this? How do they go about to link their profile?
Yep. So again, there will be a video on our YouTube channel to guide you through this as well. So you're going to log in. You're going to select your business profile. So like Steven said earlier, again, I want to reiterate it like for the millionth time, the site identifies with each different vertical you're a part of. So you'll want to make sure that your business is selected. And you can do that by clicking the arrow next to your beautiful photo and clicking your business. And that will take you to the back end of your business. You scroll down, and it says contestants you have worked with. Go ahead and type in the names. If they're already on our site with a profile, they're going to pop right up. You'll be good to go. If, again, they win immediately and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to link them to my profile. This is amazing. Go ahead, create them in our directory, and link them right up. So you can do it either way.
That's great. Okay. So we've covered creating a profile, and then we've covered linking a profile, and then, so what's the third component that girls can use to really market themselves on our site?
Yeah. So, well, it's not as much marketing as preparing them for the job, which is just as important, right? It's one of the qualifications that we can say that we have when we're competing for a pageant. And a lot of people, when we talked about our new site, we said this is our goal, is to connect the industry. We want to make sure that people understand that our free resources are still alive and well, kicking furiously. So they're still here. So they might be a little different, in a different place for you to find. So we wanted to make sure that we spent some time today talking through where you can find our free resources and how to access them.
Yeah. Okay. So what is one of the free resources that they can still access, and how do they access it?
Yeah, my favorite resource, Stephen, I think it's probably one of yours too, is the pageant preparation course. So the way this works is you enter in your pageant date and you sign up for this pageant prep timeline, and you will receive periodic emails. I think it's 2 a month approximately. It probably averages out to 2 a month based on your timeline. So if you're 10 months out from your pageant, you're going to get emails based around 10 months left. And then as your time ticks down, this timeline will tick down with you. So it will help you stay on track. It's everything from reading suggestions, motivational quotes, shopping tips, resource guides, all of that good stuff. So this isn't just for contestants. This is also for parents, guardians, coaches. If you're coaching alongside someone for the first time and you kind of want to see where you should be if you're a new coach up and coming in the industry, or even a friend and you want to provide moral support. This is something that you put in their pageant date and it will follow along.
Yeah, what I love about it is the course, it's a timed email series that if you start and your pageant's 12 months away, there's a course for that. Mm-hmm. If your pageant is 1 month away, there's a course for that. Because it just kind of breaks it down. Say, okay, your pageant's 1 month away. This is everything that you should have done up to this point, and this is what you need to do for this month moving forward to get to where on pageant day you have zero stress and you feel completely prepared. And with that too, Jesse, you alluded to it, but it breaks it down for age division. So I mean, we pretty much have a preteen, teen, Miss, Ms., Mrs. We have a mom and dad course, a Mr. course. So it breaks it down based on that gender role, your position in the industry, and we have, gosh, I think right now we have roughly 5,000 people taking the course, like in the course right now, in like different areas of the prep. So chances are like your competition is on the course. So you would want to take advantage of the freebie.
Yeah, it's a beast of a resource. I mean, when I have one-on-one coaching sessions with clients and I say, okay, what's on your mind? What's weighing on you heavily? And I can't even tell you the amount of people that say, I don't even know where to begin. And this is usually one of the first things I provide them with. And I use the prep course as my outline to make sure that they've thought about all of these things. And we talk through them really quickly. And then they're able to use the timeline as a follow-up if they're not able to afford future sessions, or if they just kind of want to refresh to make sure that they're where they should be in different parts of their experience.
Yeah. And girls who are working with a coach use that because a lot of these coaches, especially more of the successful one, I mean, they've got 10, 20 clients, right? So because of that, they lose track of where you are in the process. So girls use this to formulate their questions and keep their coach on track by asking better questions like, okay, now it's time to go evening gown shopping. And then the course also says you should spend about between this and this. And here's how to save additional money. It tells you like when to get your nails done. Like, I mean, it gives like really adept, something that your coach won't even think about doing. So it really is well thought out and it walks you through piece by piece. But that's just one of the free courses that you have access to, one of the freebies that you have access to when you create a contestant profile on the new Pageant Planet. So walk them through how they can access this course.
Yep. So, and again, have we mentioned this is free a million times? Is that enough? Like, this is a free service. It's amazing. So if you're not taking advantage, you really need to. So take that soapbox, set it aside. So log in, and just like we talked about for the businesses, you want to make sure your business profile is for linking contestants. You want to make sure your contestant bubble is clicked on that drop-down menu for your profile. Contestant is clicked. On the left side, it has like a whole bunch of options. You want to make sure it's manage memberships is what you're looking for. And then there's like a bunch of windows, and I shouldn't say a bunch. It's not that I'm making it sound way complicated. It's very simple. So don't be overwhelmed. And again, there are videos around this. So you click the left side, manage memberships. And in the center of your screen, there's a button that says add-ons. And right there, it says free, the pageant prep course. And you can go ahead and it says buy now. And of course, you won't be charged because it's free. But I also want to call out, while you're there on that page of add-ons, right next to the pageant prep course is the 233 pageant questions, also free. FREE free. Take advantage, please. And click that too. And that will send to you as well based on your gender, your age, your role in a pageant world, judge, contestant, parent, coach, etc. And it will send you those pageant questions that you can practice on your own. So 2 free resources that are still very much available.
Yeah. And if we're just going by downloads, who's in the prep course versus who's in the questions, there's exponentially more people that's downloaded our 233 pageant interview questions than have like taken our pageant course. I don't know why, but that is like a thing. So
but we've also heard that a lot of judges will download this before they judge a pageant, which is, hello, if you're competing in a pageant, don't you want the judge that has the same questions that you have?
Yeah. So I was in a pageant actually where the judge, who didn't know that I own Pageant Planet, was telling me about this great free resource that they found. And we were on the same panel. So that was humorous when it came out. I didn't even tell her that I owned it until they read the bios, because a lot of times all the coaches start off with the interviews and then they read the bios of the pageant. Yeah. That was a funny moment. Okay, so we've covered how to create an account, how to link your profile, where to find the freebies. What's the fourth component?
Yeah, so the fourth component is like you have our tried and true directory component. Like thousands of contestants have found their perfect match for coaches, personal trainers, makeup artists, etc. Like right in your backyard and virtual. Like, so those resources are all still available. We want to match you up with the experts because, of course, that's how our industry goes round and round. But if your budget is tight or you just have a certain affinity towards Pageant Planet, we do still have our cost-effective options for like 1,000,001 services. So I'm just going to rattle off a couple of them that are very important. Ad page creation, VIP coaching, custom print shop, which is so, so cool, headshot editing, and like the list goes on from there. But you can still access them. And right where you are with accessing those free resources, those add-ons, all of those features are right there as well. So they still exist. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to us to get matched up with a VIP coach or learn more about our options.
Yep. And if you're still stuck on any of this, or because we didn't even touch on sponsorships, how to become a brand ambassador from Pageant Planet, all that is either in the footer, header, etc. You can just contact us. Our contact us button is extremely visible. We did that because we knew that this would be a just completely different user experience than what our fans have been used to over the past 9 years. You can find it in the top right-hand corner. Just click that, send us a message. Either myself, Jesse, our Queen of Tech, or Stephanie, or one of our other roughly 10 staff members that's like surfing these emails to help us. We'll get back with you. And YouTube is also there as a support. You can check the show notes. We'll have just a direct link to our channel there where you can find and click through to see all the different things that's available to you that we didn't even cover on this call. So, Jesse, I really appreciate the overview. I think it was very valuable, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of our users